What is up, guys? Flip and Steve back today with another video, and today's just going to be a quick one, a quick how-to crack your PSA slash SGC slash graded card slabs in case you don't agree with the grade, or you buy a card to cross, or whatever the case may be. You just want to have it reslabbed for whatever reason you want. Here's a how-to video, a quick simple way on how to crack your slabs, get your cards out without damaging them. Now, this is a way that a lot of people may not have seen. Most people do use pliers and a screwdriver, which is absolutely fine, may even be better than this method, but this was just another method that I wanted to show on a video today. And what I'm going to be using is a Dremel tool with a small saw blade about the size of a quarter and a standard kitchen knife here. Thin blade, however, it's got to be kind of durable. Can't be as flimsy as a butter knife. This is kind of like a paring knife here. Now, anytime you're using tools, anytime you're doing something like this, you want to be very careful. First and foremost, make sure you got some eye protection out there if you want to use hand protection. Also, I use a towel to make sure I have things in grip and in place. So again, always use caution whenever you're using tools, whether it's cracking slabs or whatever the job may be. And also, if you happen to be a kid watching this video, my videos are only directed towards adults. However, if you're a kid out there in the hobby world and you're watching this video, make sure you get your parents or your brother, maybe your older brother, your father, your uncle, your mom, whoever, to do this for you. This is not something intended for the younger crowd to be doing, because again, it can be dangerous if you're not careful. However, if you are careful, this is a pretty solid method. Again, this is not about which cards to crack. That's up to you. Maybe that video will come out later. Cards that how I determine what I want to crack and submit or resend or cross or whatever. If that's a video you guys would like, comment below, and maybe I will do that video and maybe even pinpoint a few specific cards that I think out there from a value standpoint makes sense. But for this video, this is just a how to do it, in case you don't know, in case you've never seen. And I can't stress enough, make sure you're careful when you're doing this method, but it's pretty easy, it's pretty simple. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. All right, guys, so here we go. We have just a regular old kitchen knife. This is a little more like a paring knife than it is a butter knife. And I have a Dremel tool here with a blade on it about the size of a quarter. Now, not all Dremel kits come with a saw blade. You might have to buy this extension separately. And again, pliers probably works more efficiently, but I'm just going to try this out with the Dremel. First up, we're going to go ahead and do the PSA slab. I like to put a towel down, and I also like to go ahead and put the towel over the card, so something to push down on with some pressure. The Dremel tool could stall out if I push too hard, but again, we're just trying to get through the plastic here and give ourselves enough of a gap for entry for the blade of the knife. It doesn't have to be bigger, like if you were going to use a screwdriver or such. So again, go ahead and just take off a corner. You could do two corners, but we might be able to get this with one corner. Now, the blade, I'm going to put the blade so that the sharp edge is facing the top and not my hand. Once you get it in there like this, like a screwdriver would be a little bit tougher, and a lot of people talk about using a small screwdriver, then converting over to a large screwdriver. It is starting to crack some. It would have probably been easier if I would have used the other, or did the other corner, but there it goes. Sorry if the camera's shaking. And we'll say this is a fairly new PSA slab. Got our gap now. Should just be able to pull this apart. There's your top, your label. Card drops right out. This is not a card that I'm going to resubmit. I was just breaking this out for the sake of the video. Again, you got your scraps. your card. PSA slab is finished. Now, we will go ahead and convert over to the SGC slab. This is something that I probably will resubmit because it got graded an A. And I don't know why. The card was not altered. I pack pulled this card. Maybe I submitted it wrong. I'm not sure. They didn't give me a reason. SGC didn't. Same method here. We're going to take off a corner. 2 corners might make it easier, again, to pry open with your knife, but not necessarily a necessity. Also, make sure you got some sort of eye protection on as well, as sometimes little pieces of plastic may go away, but they don't tend to so much with the Dremel as they do with pliers. With the pliers, when you snip and you cut, things tend to fly. With the Dremel, it spins so fast that it actually kind of melts the plastic on the edge to where it doesn't really fly away that much. As you can see, I'll pull this PSA slab back over here. And it kind of like just kind of gathers on the edge here, the little plastic flurries or whatever. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this one. We have to start a little bit deeper on the SGC slab probably. And as you can see what I'm talking about right there, the plastic's starting to cake up. Get it a little bit better because it's like it's cutting, but it's also melting at the same time. And again, like I said, the Dremel might stall out. Also, make sure your Dremel is fully charged if that's what you're going to do. I don't usually have this much trouble. Again, crack the rest of that off with my hands. Now we have a nice little entry point for the knife here. It's in behind. Pry it up. Just kind of turn your wrist a little bit. Pops right open. Again, there's going to be people out there that argue that pliers are more efficient, and that may be the case. I just wanted to try this with the Dremel tool. This card looks good. Definitely should have graded if it's not altered. And I'm going to try again with PSA with this Brock Lesnar card. Send it in. Maybe or SGC. Maybe I'll go PSA if I can get it in at the $50 entry fee, but I'm not sure. That'll be a decision made for the future, and I'll put that video out when the time comes, showing items that I've cracked. Old grades, new grades, whether they're being resubmitted or not, whether I think the grading company got it right or got it wrong. This was not that type of video. This was just to show you how you can efficiently snap cases, you know, with a Dremel tool and a basic kitchen knife. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it was helpful. Hit that like, hit that subscribe if you got any use of this. And until next time, guys, good luck in your investing, your collecting. Be careful with your cracking, and have a good one.